the HW16. This one looks to be in good shape, and the price was right, so I couldn't pass it up. And as I first checked it out, all the switches and knobs seem to work. The most important one, of course, is this one, because as I remember, it's kind of a friction deal. And the other good clue is it came with a wire antenna and what appears to be a ground. So I'm assuming that somebody might have actually used this to at least listen to. So we're going to swing around the back, see how that looks. All right, here's the back of the rig. Very clean. Another good sign is the tubes are not original. I don't even recognize the brand name on them offhand, but they're all nice and clean, and the board is clean. The transformer doesn't look like it's been underwater or anything. So the next step, we're going to pull it out of the cabinet and see what she looks like underneath. But I may have hit it lucky here. Okay, before I take the bottom panel off, for any of you that are out there thinking of buying an old rig, this is a good thing to look for. These feet are not mushy, not worn out. So far, this thing looks like a shelf queen. I hope that's the case. Now we'll get this back panel off. As you can see, it's pretty clean, shiny, and we'll see what the innards look like. Well, the underside of the radio looks just fine. It looks like it's never been repaired anywhere, and the soldering looks very professional. I do not know if you could buy these made by the factory or if they were kits. I'm going to have to do some research and let you know about that. This was an interesting time in electronics. As you could see, it was a combination of circuit boards and direct wiring, and there's some, I don't know, 12 tubes in this thing, but there's also solid state diodes and quite a few of them. I believe that's a signal diode there. Anyway, and I deal, like I said, I'm going to have to find out. I'm going to guess the 1960s was when these were being made. One I bought was in 74, and it was used. So we shall continue, and we'll get back to you with our research. We're also going to hook this thing up to a variac and bring it up very slowly. Stand by. Okay, we're ready to give it a little smoke test here. And it's clip lead heaven. Variac. Monitor the AC out of the variac. And this meter, we're looking at for 700 volts DC, which will be right about there. So basically looking for scale deflection. Check the rig here. I'm not going to worry about the transmitter. So there's no crystal. We're just going to be trying to use this as a receiver. The transmitter is activated with the key, according to what I just read. By the way, these rigs were made available only as a kit from the mid-60s to the mid-70s, more or less. So without further ado, let's see if it blows up. Comes a variac. very slowly. 17 volts. No action. 24 volts. 34 volts. 43 volts. Something should start happening fairly soon. 50 volts. Looks like we might be getting a little, oh yeah, boom, 60 volts. And we've got, looks like about 200 and some volts DC. I believe I'm hooked into the area where we should get 700 volts. And we have a pilot light. I think I detected some filaments there. Let's switch the light out. See if we can see. Yeah, there's definitely a filament in this tube. So we'll continue on. 64 volts. 69 volts. 73 volts. We'll let it sit there for a few minutes. And we're up around, I don't know, 250 maybe, 300 volts. Hard to read that meter, I've never used it before. It was a throwaway, and it's in beautiful condition. Okay. Coming up here on 80 volts. Okay, interestingly enough, no, it did climb up another notch here. Okay, so what do? I think you let it set for a while. Still no sound, which bothers me, but let's see. I'll probably cut this part out of the video if I make it. I got the AF gain up all the way. I would think I'd hear some static. High voltage continues to go up. No capacitors have exploded. Looks like we're well over 400 volts. 95 AC. And lots of filaments lighting up now. Up to 100 volts. Nice dial light now. No audio. Not a good sign. Okay, we're gonna turn it back off and deploy that antenna. See if we can hear anything. So we'll bring it back down. Whoa. Something heated up. Come back up. And we have a receiver. Okay. It's midday on 40 meters. I don't expect to hear much, if anything. Okay, the rig is operating and I am picking up a little CW. But you can probably hear the popping noise in the receiver. And I suspect a cold solder joint or something along those lines, because if I do this, I seem to be able to produce it. It seems to be centered around this tube. Anyway, we're going to shut her down, do some cleaning with electronic cleaner on that socket and look for cold solder joints and see what happens. Well, last evening I showed up pretty good on the reverse beacon network. Got into Texas 1,000 miles away. This thing's only putting out the 30 watts because it's got the high voltage isn't high enough. It's about 450 volts, which is indicative of a bad high voltage cap, at least one, and their original parts. So I've ordered the high voltage capacitor kit and resistor kit from Hayseed Hamfest. We'll make another video after we put those in and get it aligned and see how see if we can get it working like it did when it was new. So if you're interested in seeing that, you might want to subscribe. And thanks for watching, and 7 threes to everybody.